How can guys know if a girl's orgasms were real or fake? We're gonna
Good
hurt some
question.
people's feelings here.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah, damn.
I think one of the first questions is to ask, why do you care? Yeah, because
Well, I
I think a
think
lot of guys care a little too much of like, oh, is she faking it? Did she really come? Because it goes back to the whole performance thing. Like, how does she see me? This woman is the measuring stick of my self-worth. And if I did a good job making her actually come, then that means I'm this, right? Whatever they believe that to be. And if she faked it, then that means this about me. And I think that whole fucking thing is completely destructive.
yeah, to a certain level, I agree. I think like with any skill, it's important to get like correct feedback. So look, if you're just hung up on did she come or not, like am I okay? Like am I a good person? Yeah, that's like really bad. But if you can just objectively look at this as a skill thing and not really like who am I as a person or am I worthy or some shit, then like I think being objective about like any skill and getting some feedback is important. Like the same way, if I was playing basketball, and like somehow like every time I was doing a shot at the basket, suddenly like I had to look away or couldn't see like if I got it in or not. It'd be really hard to know if I'm getting better, right? Like you really have to see what the result of your shot is. And when it comes to sex, I agree. Like the orgasm isn't everything. You shouldn't be like hyper focused on this. It should be like what an overall experience was. Like, was this enjoyable? Because if you're not getting feedback and you're just going in there and you're doing XYZ, and every girl is like, oh my God, this is really, really bad. And they're really hating it. And they're like, oh, I just came. Okay. Well, anyway, I got to go home now. And the guy's like, yes, I made her come. Like, I'm so good at this. Wow. And like, you girls will
Or she
comment on
rushes off to the
this, right?
bathroom and with her, or she rushes off to the bathroom with her phone, and you can hear the Pornhub music start up.
Yeah, that's a big warning sign. So yeah, like it's good to get the right type of feedback. So yes, you can tell like sometimes organically, like you can start to see if the girl becomes like very flushed, if you feel like contractions within a pussy, if she becomes like hypersensitive afterwards. Like there's things you can kind of like look for, but I would rather just try to get accurate feedback. And so after I'm laying there with a girl, um, I will just be nonchalant. I'll be laying there catching my breath, and I'm not gonna do what most guys do, which is like, oh my God, that was really good. Did you like it? They're trying to hug her. They're trying to like, do you want this? Do you want that? Like, can we see each other again? Just chill the fuck out. Okay. Lay there and just chill. Now she's gonna start getting in her head. Why is this guy not chasing? She's gonna maybe cuddle up to you. She'll be like, are you okay? You're like, yeah, I'm good. She's like, okay. And then this is where I usually say, like, hey, I give her a compliment, right? I'm like, damn, your booty was better than I thought. Okay, you're hiding it in those in that dress. Like, what the fuck? She's like, oh my God, thank you. And then I'll give her some constructive feedback. I'll be like, look, can I be honest with you? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, I had a good time. And I think like it'd be so much better if you're like more expressive, right? I feel like you were trying to like hold yourself back a bit. Like you're very quiet during sex. And now, right, she might say like, oh, thanks, I'll do it. Oh, this is the reason why I was worried about your housemates, like blah, blah. But like you've given her some constructive feedback. Now, this is really important because it opens her up to do the same. And then you can start asking her questions. Like usually I get feedback on my game first. I'm like, I'm curious, what did you think when I first came up to you? Like what was going through your head? Because some girls will be like, yeah, I thought you were a fucking weirdo. Some girls like, oh my God, you're so hot, I'm so into you. It's really interesting to ask, like, at what point did you want to have sex with me? That's really interesting. Because some girls will be like, right away. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like I had to, you gave me all these excuses and you said like blah, blah. And that in my early days taught me like a lot of these excuses might be bullshit, right? Some girls will be like, oh, it wasn't until you did this, right? It might have been like create some level of trust. And I'm like, oh, cool. So like you can get a lot of really good feedback on your game, but then I get feedback on sex. Like I will start to say like, look, when I was eating you out, and don't sound like you don't know what you're talking about. Don't be like, what can I improve? I'll be like, look, when I started eating you out, like I notice a lot of girls when they like tense up, it means this thing. But like, I'm curious for you, was that becoming too sensitive or were you really liking that? Like, what type of girl are you? And now she'll start telling you. And then you could ask her, like, look, when I was choking you, how did you feel there? And you can get like really great feedback. If you want to ask about coming, go for it. But ask the same way you'd ask someone how many drinks they usually have. So when you're at the doctor's, they're not like, do you usually have 1 to 2 drinks? They'll try to ask on the extreme end to make it feel safe for you to answer. So they won't say like, how many drinks would you have in the week? A lot of the times, like, how many drinks do you have per day? right? It's like, whoa, what the fuck? I only have like two a week. Um, and that way, I would ask the same with orgasm. If you're not really sure if she came, be like, yeah, I noticed like you find it really difficult to climax. Like, what usually helps you there? She's like, no, I came like three times. And you're like, oh, okay. She's more likely to tell the truth if you assume the worst. So that's some way you can get some like clarity feedback if you don't really know what you're doing there. But that's honestly the best way to tell is ask her in a way that you've already basically given her constructive feedback. You've given her room to ask you back. And then don't ask as if like the answer really matters. Like, did you come? Is that okay? Just do it from an objective place. You're just trying to improve.
Yeah, I was gonna add that part that it can't be any emotion involved in it. Like when you are inquiring about these things, look at it from like a purely educational, a way to learn and grow, instead of having it have some sort of relationship to your self-worth. Like that, you have to cut off that thing. Your relationship to sex should be completely disconnected to self-worth. They're not related. They shouldn't be related. And then you can get through the learning process a lot easier that way, if it just doesn't mean something. That said, a really easy thing is that if she's not trying to get more of your time, she probably didn't have a good time.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah. You're either bad sex or too needy if she doesn't want to see you again. Yeah.
Right, right. So yeah, right. So you could have really bad sex and she did not have an orgasm, she didn't have a good time, whatever, and or you're just blowing her up and you're not giving her room to come after you. Um, but yeah, either way, you've got lot to work on internally. But yeah, it really shouldn't be a big deal, right? Like I think that's sort of a good mentality to go into these things with, is to not worry about it, like kind of relieve yourself of the pressure that this is something heavy, that it means something, that it's a big deal, and look at it as an opportunity to learn and grow. um, because truth be told, it's never stopping anyways. Like you're always going to be learning. I'm still learning. Marcus is still learning. You keep, as you keep going and exploring, you're always going to learn. um, and that's just the way it is. So start now.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I
All
think
right.
like feedback is really important when you're starting out. Like if I was to run feedback now, most of the time it's just the girls telling me how amazing I am, and then you just get them to invest over and over again, like, oh my god, I can't believe it was that good, and oh, I want to try this next time, and blah blah. In the beginning it's not so fun. Okay. Like asking for feedback in the beginning isn't a pleasurable experience, all right? Because you'll probably get girls that say like I didn't come, you'll probably get girls that say like it was too sensitive, you probably go like you're gonna get a lot of that, and it sucks. But like that's how you actually like get good. So you may not want to ask feedback in the beginning if you know is not the greatest thing in the world, but like yeah, that's the easiest way to actually grow and learn.
Oh, and I would also like to add this. As far as women's sexuality is concerned, we can't look at it from the male lens. Okay. So for us, we basically have no ascension. Okay. Like basically, like our sex is like a rocket. Okay. There's no real angle to it. It just goes straight up and it's very fast. Okay. Women, it's like a hot air balloon. Right. And it slowly has to fill up and then take off, and it has a trajectory. There's like an angle to it, and it ascends. And the orgasm isn't this crescendo of sort of things. I mean, it certainly can be, but it's not in the same way that it is with a man. Like it's a closing of things. Okay. Oftentimes for women, the orgasm is just an opening to another plateau. And they're all about the plateau, like getting to the plateau. So if you have let's say you have experiences where like, oh shit, the girl's not coming, like a couple of times with say a couple different girls, I would say focus more not on making her come, can tend to become over focused. Whoops. So I would say focus more on building tension, increasing the erotic tension of the thing with like say like edging. Okay, learn to edge her or turn it into a game where she has to like call and response, where she has to signal to you in one way or another that she's getting close, and then you stop. right? And you just keep edging her over and over and over and so build these things up. Like, learn how to communicate in the bedroom that's creative, dirty talk, clean talk, what I call clean talk, which is like, praise and things of that nature, and really spend more time on the area of ascension rather than just focusing on the climax, like, oh, is she going to come? Because I think that if you spend more time doing this and having fun and being creative in that area, there's a greater chance that she will have an orgasm instead of being like, oh, I got to learn how to eat pussy better, like, because that might not be the issue.
Yes. Oh, by the way, I chat GBT this, so I mean, I don't know how accurate it is, but it's talking about the pelvic floor stuff.
Silicon Valley expertise.
Right.
Yeah, so it's saying that if you're repeatedly clamping mid-flow, strains the opposite pattern, which can leave the bladder irritated and mess with brain bladder reflex. That can feed urgency, frequency, dribbling, or pelvic floor tension over time. So yeah, maybe it's better to do it non-mid-flow, but this is coming from ChatGPT, so I don't know what the source is.
I don't know. I've been doing it for years. I've never had
Yeah,
any problem with my bladder.
cool.
Yeah.
Easy.
But that could be
It,
just me. Some other guy could do it and be like, "Oh shit, my bladder gets infected." So I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, don't take
Eh,
my advice. It
At the
just works for
bottom of
me.
ChatGPT's response, it will have like a little sources box, and then that expands when you click on it and gives a list of every source used for that response, or like every main source.